Have you ever seen any reviews of gear after they've used them for 2 years? Well, I'm going to talk about these Cadence reels. They're not saltwater rated, but I've been using them here in the salt for 2 years. And I'll show you how the action compares to a brand new one. Stay tuned. I've got two Cadence CS10 reels here. One that I've never used, and then this one, which has been my go-to 2000 series reel for the last 2 seasons. Now, I do need to tell you what I've done to maintain it before I show you how it compares. First, as you can see here, I do rinse it off every time I come home. I only put a light spray on it. I don't want to drive the salt and everything else into the guts of this thing. Then, periodically, I'll pop off the spool and I'll just drop a few drops of reel oil onto the shaft and work it in. That keeps everything running smoothly. So, that is it. You know, one thing I used to do with my Penn reels is to go ahead and disassemble them totally at the end of the year, you know, re-lube them, all that kind of stuff. And I decided that I'm basically just creating problems for myself. What if I screw something up? What if it didn't really need it? And that's the case with these Cadence reels. They're so tightly sealed that I haven't had the need to get in there. Now, the other thing that you may be interested is the drag. Well, these drags are totally grease sealed, and I have not run into any slick spots, even though I've had these reels under stress for, 10 to 15 minutes at a time when I'm pulling in a big redfish. So I have not taken apart the guts of the drag to re-lube everything. Just no need to. So let's do the comparison here. So there goes the one I've been using in saltwater for 2 years. Just a little bit of lube on the shaft every once in a while. And here's a brand new one. I challenge you to see any significant difference between these two. So these things are tight, and even though they're not formally saltwater rated, I've had no problems at all keeping this guy in operation for the last 2 years in some pretty stressful environments. What's your experience with these Cadence reels? Have you had any fail on you because you've used them in salt water? Have you been rinsing them every time you bring them home? Have you been lubing the shaft? If you have and they failed, well, share that with us. If they haven't, share that with us as well. Thanks.